Ready?
Call out as many of your names as we can. It's great to see you. I hope you're enjoying the action so far. Second bout of the evening. In the black shorts, it's Seo Suzuki in the white shorts. Sending out some 1-2s, throwing straight into the head. Accurate as well from Seo.
Seo is a very aggressive striker. She likes to hurt people on the feet, take them down, and then finish them off on the ground.
She's got those feet planted as well. The eyes are wide open, deep concentration. Suzuki, the busier athlete of the two. Tries for the single leg, but eats a couple of punches. One of them high up on the forehead, but these are good, strong punches.
Yeah, Suzuki's got to deal with that long range of Seo. She's got to try to get tight, and she's going to try to look for that body lock takedown. Seo knows that Suzuki wants to get that takedown, so she's going to try to hurt her on her feet.
Got a good jab, hasn't she? The taller woman, the longer reach. 1 minute into this contest, she's already landed some significant blows.
Yeah,
there's a good right hand, followed up by a very stiff left.
That right hand is something special. I like the way she slips right through the guard and comes right over the top. She's got a really long reach, too.
She leans forward very nicely when she throws that right hand, gets some extra inches on it.
Suzuki's got to disguise her takedown a little bit better than that.
Certainly in a bit of trouble in the corner there. Not throwing much back, and she's all she can do to just defend herself. She's got to deal with knees as well now. But it's great work with the hands from Suzuki. From Chio, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, Seo is a Taekwondo black belt, and she got that real young. And so now she's just evolved her game so much. She was one of the youngest mixed martial arts champions ever to capture a belt out there in the Philippines at URCC. And she's a very aggressive striker, but this is Suzuki's game. Suzuki's the wife of Hayato Suzuki, who is one championship athlete. And Hayato made no questions about it. He wants Yuko to take her down, pass that guard, ground and pound, look for that rear naked choke. A little bit of adversity right now for Seo. Let's see what she can do with this defending the takedown. She's got one underhook on that side, but she's got to try to pry her up. Suzuki's relentless with his takedown here. Misha, what do you think she has to do to get that takedown?
That's just it. She's got to turn the corner. She's got to use her head to essentially push the upper body of Seo over the top. But look at this scramble. You know, Suzuki is really trying to hang on to this. But Seo is having none of it. She's willing to stay on top. She's willing to stay connected and still drop those punches.
Suzuki, all she's doing is with the arm and the shoulder. She's not really driving in with her head, and that's what's leading her to give Seo this opportunity for the ground and pound.
Seo has that left arm free of the mix, and she can throw in those hammer blows every now and then, but now the position has changed. She uses her weight quite well. As we said, the taller woman, spreading herself out.
Big, heavy sprawl from Seo. Uh-oh, she might give up her back. Suzuki might give up her back if she's not careful here. Her arm's trapped. Good job by Suzuki to muscle her down. Relentless with that takedown, just driving that shoulder into position.
She really is driving forward, isn't she?
Now she's able to get Seo on her back. Now Seo actually won her URCC belt with a triangle choke, so she is pretty tricky off of her back. So let's see what she can do now as she tries to pass guard. Good job by Suzuki to maintain that position with an active scramble from Seo.
Working so hard, these two. Just over a minute left in the opening round.
This is the position Suzuki wanted. This is what she was trying for. She wants to get that back, flatten her out.
Haven't seen her throw too many punches in this round, but she's unleashing now with that right hand. Didn't land so cleanly.
Yeah, now she's trying to drop those hips, flatten Seo out. Now she's going to look at that rear naked choke. Posturing off the head, good frame there, able to slide that arm underneath.
And got that left arm underneath. Trying to claw it away though, Seo.
Oh, there it is. There's the rear naked choke.
Referee's in there nice and close, watching carefully.
Oh,
Looks like it's under the chin. He's called it. He's called it.
What a great finish. And coming through there, a little bit of adversity because as you saw, you know, Suzuki took some really strong right hands. And for her to come through and get that finish in that round, props to her.
Judge, time. Ready? Ready? Go!
closing the distance quickly is Takano. I don't think it's any secret her game plan.
Yeah, not exactly feeding each other out here, are they?
No, but look, you know, Takano's doing a great job there of blocking. She's hand fighting, and she's using her hands and her thumbs actually to stop Ferreira from getting double underhooks here. It's actually a very technical battle for positioning here.
Good job by Ferreira to turn it around. Press Takano up against the cage. Takano's a catch wrestler in Japan, trains with a lot of really good athletes out there. Got Kitaoka in her corner, I believe.
Working knees to thigh and then a little bit higher up there to the rib cage in the midriff.
Both of these ladies delivering some really great knees. Jockeying for position there, underhooks. Ferreira is trying desperately to pummel in. And you see again, the wrist control of Takano, she's just not going to have it. There's no way she's going to give up 2 underhooks.
Takano trying to stop the knee there by bringing the right hand down and putting the glove just the web between
Potentially a
thumb
throw
and finger.
coming.
Whoa.
That's what I was looking. There we go. Didn't want to cut you off there, but I was thinking, might be coming.
Cut me off whenever you see anything, please.
Okay.
Keep working, don't holding.
Good job by Takano to end up on top. Let's see what Ferreira's guard's like. She's not really doing a lot, not really opening her guard, just keeping everything nice and tight. You can hear Chonan and Kitaoka screaming, 2 veterans in their own right.
Ferreira working very well to the bottom there with right hand, left hand.
Takano bringing her feet awfully close there, but she's definitely trying to get her hips underneath her so that she can posture.
This must be tiring for Takano in this position, being pulled down, the legs doing all the work for Takano, just trying to stay on her feet.
Oh, nice little transition to an armbar for Ferreira right there, but she gives up kind of a worse position.
She kind of missed the head, but Takano did a good job defending it. She kind of saw it coming, so she just slid those legs by and used it as a pass. Now moving into half guard is Takano. Oh, and she has that. She's looking for that head and arm. See, she recognizes that position. She is absolutely looking for a submission.
Ferreira's got to be careful not to give up, not to let Takano pass. If Takano can work past, right now you can see that Ferreira has 1 leg, right? She has 1 leg inside, and now she's losing that leg. And so Takano's going to try to slide over past both legs, and then if she can get to the other side, that's where she's going to have the choke that Misha's talking about.
Yeah, and
she's
working on
belly,
it.
and she's trying to she wants to get to the right side of Ferreira so she can sink in this choke. Yeah, good job by Ferreira to recognize that and get that hand out of the left side or right side of Takano's head.
Ferreira doing a good job blocking here with her legs. She's not allowing for any kind of great solid position. She's not allowing Takano to drop her hips down or take a mounted position. So Takano moving into more of a high side control position.
Improve your position.
100 seconds left in the opening round.
There she transitions.
Jumps over, does a good job.
I like how she did that too. I mean, she kind of threatened with the hand.
She's very
She got a reaction out of Ferreira with the hand, and then once the reaction stopped, she went to full mount. Now she's just letting the ground and
might
pound
be-
right
Rights
down.
and elbows too. She's looking to finish it here.
Takano can continue this pace. There's no way.
Well, she's high up in that position. She's sitting right up around the ribcage area. The problem for her is she's got this rope between her and her opponent. So she's, I mean, you'd think perhaps the referee would ask them to reset here.
And he does.
Yeah. Which really kind of disturbs Takano's momentum in a way, but it wasn't easy for her to land the blows she was looking to land with that rope in the way. See if they can re-establish exactly where they were, and she can regain that advantage. It won't be
And
so
there's
easy.
potential armbar here, but
Big.
losing position, but she still might have it. Armbar attack from bottom.
Wow, Ferreira's just
She is
ragdolling
strong.
her around, but looks like she's out, but she's, what is it, head scissors right here? Doesn't have the
Got
arm.
the armbar, yep, and driving into Takano again. Good hips by Ferreira, nice knee up the middle.
Knee to the head came back from a long way. Final 20 seconds.
Now, if I'm Ferreira's corner, I'm screaming, disengage, get back to your feet, because Takano is a savage on the ground
That
here.
was a beautiful little reversal there. She got that single leg turn the corner, put Ferreira on her back.
And she's going to go for that phantom choke,
Running
the
out
Von
of time,
Flu
I
choke
think,
here.
Keep working.
Running out of
Want to
time.
finish.
Final 10 seconds of the opening
10
round. That
seconds.
head securely around the throat, but there's not going to be enough time to work with it, I think. as the knee comes up from Takano into the side of Ferreira's head. And my goodness, what an action-packed 5 minutes that was. And they deserve the applause that come from those who are gathered. We're in a studio setting here in Singapore.
Very good. Look at this nice throw here. She really baited her into that by kind of pulling on the head and getting her to drive forward, and then she used all that momentum. Then she moves into a mounted position here, dropping a flurry of strikes herself, only to be interrupted by the rope. Great transition again here from the armbar. This was so close. I'm so surprised that Ferreira was able to get out of this, but I'm glad we get to see a second round because this is a great first round.
Not much chance for them to rest up until now.
Yeah, it was a really good first round. Big hello to all our fans out there in Australia watching us. We got Richard Moonnuts in Melbourne and James Watts out there in Brisbane. So big hello, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah, we've got some super Australians on the One Championship roster, and there's
Got a few of them today.
a couple more looking to get there. Yeah. Oh, another big fight.
Push kick.
Ferreira just caught off balance. Swinging now with both arms, but they're arm punches. That's the issue for Ferreira. Again, we've seen this position before. It's going to tire Takano's legs out, but she's got a good, strong lower half, hasn't she?
Yeah, Ferreira's got decent basics on the ground. You know, she's not, you know, she's kind of making sure she doesn't make any big mistakes, but on the ground, Takano's just one step ahead of her. Just setting everything up beautifully.
Takano definitely seems more polished here, right? She's definitely very comfortable. She seems a step ahead, but Ferreira is by no means a slouch here.
She's using pure athleticism to get out of these moves. So as the match wears on, she's going to start to tire, and she's not going to be able to explode out of these shots.
Trapping those arms there.
Pulling down the head is Ferreira. She's just trying to essentially not take any damage and find a clean escape, a clean opening to get out of this position.
Ferreira,
Nice short elbow by Ferreira there.
That head right into the ribcage. She won't let go. She doesn't want to give Takano any space with which to work. Nonetheless, she is still working. Left hands and right hands going into the side of her opponent's body.
You can see Ferreira starting to think about submissions. Like, she's trying to work her guard up a little bit higher, bringing the legs a little higher up on the body. You know, she's trying to trap one arm, maybe thinking about a triangle. I like the idea of just threatening submissions just so you can create some kind of movement and get off your back.
Mitch, these are some of the best punches I've seen from a guard position in a long time. They're actually really powerful. She's whipping those into the side of the face of Takano. You don't normally see that.
She's got a very powerful short-range hook. She's able to generate a little bit of shoulder torque as well, just to put a little bit something behind it.
Yeah, and now Takano disengaging, standing up, realizing she doesn't want to take any more of those shots from bottom. Beautiful guard transition.
You were talking about Takano perhaps being a step ahead on the ground, but there's no question Ferreira almost relishes the opportunity of being challenged. Armbar possibility.
Here, this is deep. This is deep. If she can keep her flat on the back, that's...
Ferreira gonna try to slam her out. Look at this.
Ferreira doing a great job pressuring in. She's driving down with all her weight, kneeing the face here. She's got to be careful. She's got to decide to be offensive or defensive in this position, and loses her balance trying to keep those knees as a threat.
More than halfway through the second round.
This may get extended here. She's going to get extended. This grimacing on the face.
Oh, look at the facial expression. It's
Remember,
so hard.
verbal can be a tap as well. This very well could be done. Yes.
Oh, she's trying. She doesn't want to quit. She
No,
goes
she
out of
spins
it,
around.
and she spins.
Oh. Did she move into it? Was that movement?
But she was in it the whole time. I mean, once that went belly down, I was surprised that she wasn't able to get that right then. She tried to jump across, but she just wasn't able to clear the legs on the other side of the head.
See, she tries to jump over, right? She tries to jump over, but Takano has such a good grip that she's just that. See, she's trying to get out, but then the thumb comes up, and then that's it. That's a wrap. Beautiful submission victory.
Such a competitive contest. Ferreira so incentivized all the way through that to try and give her toughest effort, but in the end, as Misha said, Takano perhaps just a step ahead each time, and she gets the win, improving her record now to 13-0. 3-11 as Ferreira loses her first professional contest, now 3-1.
All right, Judge.
Caitlin McEwen there, recruited in the
Judge
Sydney
time.
tryouts
Ready?
earlier this year when
Ready?
Rich Franklin was in town. Gosh, she had a good time in Sydney.
Oh, beautiful right hand landed already by Olsen. There is no feeling out process whatsoever by these
Straight into the
ladies.
action.
McEwen wanting to close distance quickly. She's got her hands locked. This is a good position to get a body lock takedown. We'll see what she wants to do here with the lower body in order to get that done.
Yeah, it's all about the lower body at the moment, isn't it? Just looking for trips, who can get their leg in the right position. Bit of a chess match down there from the waist down. Pushed into the corner.
McEwen is actually a purple belt under Adam Saunderson, a black belt under Olavo Abreu, Carlson Gracie lineage. So you know she's very proficient on the ground. I've seen her train at Bali MMA actually. She likes, this is her style. She likes to drag her opponents to the mat and land some heavy ground and pound.
BJJ purple belt, down they go.
I think McEwen was trying to set up a sweep there, but wow, great transition.
the
and
armbar,
Giuliani
beautiful.
And it's over.
Very
My goodness me.
efficient on the ground. Wow, I am impressed. That was a very quick transition. I thought she was potentially trying to go for a sweep, but it looked like she had other things in mind even before we saw this coming, right? So she pulls guard here. I thought she was rolling through all the way to a sweep, but maybe she was. She didn't quite get it, but she
there it is.
transitioned perfectly here, switching the hips over, attacking that near side arm, extending here. We see a hyperextension, quick tap. That was beautiful work by McEwen.
Very opportunistic indeed. The arm, there's great replay, by the way. The slow motion there just showed it. The arm just dangled into position. Really, it was great speed of thought as much as anything else, just to grab it and utilize it. Super stuff. Great
Winner.
Great early win from Caitlin McEwen. Jenilyn Olsim will live to challenge for another day. She'll be watching this very closely.
Steve, I spoke to Anita a little bit last night, and she said she wants to keep this bout standing. She wants to use her boxing and try to outstrike her, try to knock her out. Oh, that's a big right hand that drops Suzuki.
Yeah, she stumbled backwards into the corner, and it's all... Oh, she's holding on for dear life now. That's the right thing to do. She's got to find a little bit of composure now, a little bit of respite. If she can get as close to her opponent as possible, hide that head somewhere where there can't be contact between glove and face.
Suzuki's going to get this takedown. She got a hand clasp.
She's done well there, just to buy herself a little bit of time. The longer she can hold on and clear her head, the better she can do.
A great job by Suzuki to maintain composure and get the takedown.
Yeah, she's looking for more than just a little bit of time, isn't she?
Steve, in her last bout as well, she was getting outstruck on the feet, but was able to land the takedown and then secure submission.
Johanny, meanwhile, looks very composed with her back to the deck. Mouth closed, focused.
Yeah, Adila said she worked a lot on her wrestling and grappling for this bout.
It looks as if Suzuki has ridden that storm. Her right leg is all tied up at the moment, so mobility is limited.
Suzuki's looking to slide that knee forward. She's going to either slide to mount or slide over the side control.
Rich Franklin there, just to the left of the athletes, watching very, very closely. He's the man with the big contract in his suitcase.
Nice work by Suzuki, but oh, Johanny is able to pop back up, but no. Suzuki pressures forward and ends up in mount. Bad spot for Johanny.
Ground and pound for Suzuki now. Oh, she's on, looking for the arm bar. She's got it in position.
That's tight. Is she going to get it?
Women are able to withstand that arm bar quite often longer than men can because of that just hyperextension that they're able to achieve. And she hasn't fought it off yet, but she's withstood it remarkably well. It looks as if it was right in position, didn't it? It's still there. She's still working on it. She's turned. Well, it was in place for, what, 20 seconds? What a start to this contest, and what a finish. I mean, talk about roller coaster rides, Gianni. That's mixed martial arts.
Suzuki got dropped in the first round, was able to get a takedown, reverse the position, get mount, and then secures a beautiful arm bar.
There we go, how happy she is as well in front of her own fans. Turned that one right around, right on its head. Big, big smile from her. Yuko Suzuki.
Here's the finisher. Is in mount position. gets the arm isolated and then swivels the hip so fast, so precise with this armbar.
Oh, textbook stuff.
Once she gets it in, both hands on the wrist and just hips forward, pressures on the arm. Just so much force on the elbow joint over there. Adila did a good job of rolling through, actually.
There she goes,
She
rolling
goes
in.
over her hip, but Suzuki was able to keep the position and then crank it.
十字固め一本勝ち鈴木優子
Irene
Touch gloves now, please.
with the red tape around her wrists, has a kickboxing background and
Judge.
trains in
time.
Bali, as you said, Gianni.
Break on. But
Yeah, and Irene, in the last couple bouts says, thought that the mental game was the biggest lapse. So she's been working with a sports psychologist, wants to stay calm in this bout.
Well, she just landed a decent overhand right. And there's another one. Ferreira, though, is very composed. She's taken 3 solid shots to the head, but still looks fresh.
Good start by Nai, double leg entry into the clinch.
These women mean absolute business, don't they?
Yeah, and Irene's very strong in the clinch. In their last outing, Irene hit a couple good throws.
They both look so athletic, in absolutely wonderful condition, these two. Very, very strong indeed.
Yeah, and Irene ends up on top in the guard of Ferreira. Ferreira locking her down right now.
Yeah, bringing her in really close here, not giving her any room to work.
Controlling the posture of Irene. Irene needs to get that right arm free so that she can land some strikes. But Ferreira is going to look to attack that isolated arm. So Irene needs to be careful here. She needs to get that arm free.
Get your hands free, hands inside the biceps.
Wrapped inside the legs of Ferreira,
On the biceps. You're all right.
with no room to move the lower half of her body, but she's got some distance there between them at the upper body level. Just trying to free those hands. Irene.
Yeah, good short shot from the guard. Ferreira still controlling the wrist of Irene. Oh, watch out, there's an armbar here. Oh no. Irene needs to be careful. Bad spot early on in this bout.
Yeah, we're still inside the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, Irene needs to stack here, get her arm free.
Look how composed Ferreira is. Mouth closed, utterly focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, Irene cannot pop up right now. She needs to put the pressure, keep the pressure on Ferreira's legs so she cannot extend her hips.
So she wants to stay low.
She needs to stay low.
She's trying to pull out though, isn't she?
Yeah, but here she just needs to stay patient. Oh, she cannot go flat. This is a bad spot for Irene.
Catch.
Ferreira so determined, having to deal with the odd kick to the head.